Well, hello there. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Xiaomi S3. These two are the same model, but different colors. This is the silver one and this is the black one. And I'm going to make a separate video about which one I actually prefer. So, check that out. But in this video, I wanted to explain why the Xiaomi S3 is a very different breed of smart watches. Okay, so when the Apple Watch was released, it changed everything. I mean everything. When it came to smartwatches, everything that the Apple Watch had, you could get that before the Apple Watch. But the Apple Watch made it ordinary for people all around the world. And it also became a bit of a fashion statement. Now, at first, it was, of course, the tech geeks that start to wear the Apple Watches. But then, celebrities start to wear them. And then basically everyone else. Now, the main reason why I personally do not like the Apple Watch is the battery life. It's just not good enough for me. The idea that I have to charge my iPhone and my Apple Watch every day, I just don't love it. Now, sure, with the latest versions of Apple Watch, you can maybe last 2 or 3 days. It's still not good enough. With Xiaomi S3, you can go for a whole week, and that's with always on display on. The entire week. I'm not kidding. These watches are great. So the reason why the Xiaomi S3 is a very different breed of smartwatches is because expression, self-expression, fashion, it's a very different thing with these watches. Now, yes, you can customize an Apple Watch in all sorts of crazy ways. Changing the bands, you can buy different colors. But with these comes an extra dimension, and it's by removing this bezel around the screen. You can remove it quite easily. And this one sort of works like an amiibo. If you put on this blue one, for example, you get special access to a new face watch. And so if you get the yellow one or the purple one or the green one, you will get special access to these different types of face watches. And so I like that. I think it's kind of geeky, but I like that, Xiaomi. So the good thing about these watches is that basically they cover everything. They have really good AMOLED screens and they do a lot of good tracking. They track your steps, they track your sleeping, they track pretty much everything you can think of, the SO levels. And anyway, my point is they track just about anything that any smartwatches track, but they also look really good while they're doing it. Now, for me, I've been playing around with a bunch of smartwatches. Now, I wanted to love the Samsung watches, but there were so many kinks with those watches that I just did not personally like them. I know a lot of people love them. I'm just not one of them. With the Xiaomi S3, it was just perfect. Now, before I tested out the Xiaomi S3, I was playing around with Mibro watches, which I think are still very, very good. And if you're on a tight budget, I definitely recommend the Mibro watches. But speaking of budget, when it comes to pricing, I happen to think that the Xiaomi S3 is really cheap, if you think about it. It's a flagship device. It should be costing like $300 or $400 at least, but it's more closer to $100, which I think is phenomenal, which is the reason why I could actually afford to get both the silver one and the black one for, different events. I'm a kind of a fashion line, so, but seriously, it's fun that you can customize so many things. And, obviously, if you don't like the bands, like, for example, the silver one with this white, it's actually grayish. You can't probably tell on this video, but it's actually a bit grayish. I'm not a huge fan of this color. Not a problem. You can just get yourself these bands that you can get all sorts of variations, even the Milanese loop that's available for the Apple Watch. It's all good in the hood. You can not go wrong with these watches. I know I made videos about these watches before, but I need to make it again because these watches are just that good. And no, this video is obviously not sponsored, because if Xiaomi was listening, you would send me all the bezels, right? Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna knock it down to not make this video too long. Just wanted to mention that, again, the Xiaomi S3 is my favorite smartwatch of the year, and I pretty much tested out all of them. Okay, that's all I had for today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.